Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It is. It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. It is Monday. Everybody loves Mondays. The 8th of September, 2025 AD. And you can call into the Hake Report at right now, 1-888-775-3773. Not that I'll get to you right now, okay? Not that I will get to you right now, because we have to get going here. Oh, no, hold up. Oh, wait a minute. Shouldn't it be? Oh, duh. Nice. The views expressed on this show do not represent the views of Hake, Bond, JLP. I don't even represent myself. Anchor Baby. Derek the producer. Definitely not Derek's views. Because I am a Baltard for life. So Baltardish. Shall I show you guys what I'm playing? Echoes in the keys. It's that AI beat. Oh no, don't do that. I'm gonna try to remember Caesar's recommendation, but no guarantee. We'll see how handy I am with my whatever, with my stuff. Take everything that you hear on the Hake Report and everywhere, honestly, and definitely in your head, you know, your thoughts. Take it all with a grain of salt, because it's a huge mess. You can't trust anything. Do you trust Trump? Did he really take out those druggy guys? I don't know. I still trust him. I don't care. Did he really take out those Houthis who were they really plotting something? Gross. Look at those ants. They're drowned. Whoa. I'm surprised by the it's just pay no attention to the drinking fountain. Anyway, we're gonna have a fun show, guys. I hope we'll get to your coffees. I am remiss. Am I getting drowned out? I am remiss in not getting, in my failure, my duty. I am remiss in my duties to get to the coffees. I feel like maybe I'm supposed to turn this down a little. I don't know. I'm hoping against hope that I'm hoping against hope that this, oops, in the world did I just do? Oh, there we go. Nice. I must have hit something that muted it. All I did was hit Control 1. So that was this song, and hopefully this doesn't auto-play into something else. Because, yeah, it auto-played into something else. Something that's not even related. Although it has a similar picture. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to be able to do this. Let's just get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
There you go!
There
you go, man.
Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, you guys like that Beverly Hills thing? I think it's kind of cool. Isn't that nice? Oh, hold up. Isn't that nice? Beautiful Beverly Hills. That was back in February, probably January, February of 2025 AD, the year of our Lord. I did that. I brought myself back in to say, "Hey guys," because that way you guys don't have to like picture in your imagination what it looks like. I kind of lean back so that I'm not screaming into the mic because you're supposed to. When you're talking quiet, you want to talk close to the mic. When you're screaming out, you put it further away. Audio. All right. Beverly Hills is gone too. Yeah. So true. Somebody said that my shirt is fake news. It's not fake news. It's real. I will have you know. It says obvious globe here. And the globe is so obvious. Did you guys hear in the, speaking of the news, did you guys hear about the full moon lunar eclipse that took place? There was a total lunar eclipse that I didn't see it, but it was called the full corn moon this past weekend. It was a full moon. I kind of noticed. I'm like, well, the moon's pretty bright. I noticed even this morning. And there was a total lunar eclipse for some people somewhere. Look, it was a blood moon, actually. A corn supermoon. I forget what rises over a soybean harvest. At a farm in Monroe, Wisconsin. So we have Wisconsin to blame for the soy everywhere, but soy is actually a decent protein. It shouldn't be necessarily I don't know anything else. Okay, I disclaim. But I heard that soy is actually all right. It doesn't turn you effeminate. Other stuff, beer actually turns you more effeminate, I heard. But anyway, yeah, so explain that. You, the sun and moon are local people, the space deniers, people who say that space is fake. A lunar eclipse visible this past Sunday, in Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia, per NASA. It took place our time, or at least Eastern time. Our time is 3 hours behind this. 11:28 a.m. Eastern time till 4:55 p.m. Eastern time, though the eclipse was not visible in the eastern, not even in the eastern United States time zone. All right. So, but it was fully blocked, and blue light scattered by air molecules, while the remaining wavelengths reflect off of the moon, whatever this means, making it appear to glow red, known as a blood moon. Because blood is red sometimes, a lot of times. Cool, huh? The moon was completely covered by Earth's shadow. They projected at 1:30 p.m. Are any space deniers also astronomers? I guess this might be a sort of mutually exclusive, but maybe not. I don't know. Because space deniers, too, they can observe the heavens and just kind of figure out patterns and say, okay, this is going to happen this time. And they have some other explanation for what's going on, I guess. What is the space denial explanation for a lunar eclipse? So, cool, huh? Look, is this a real photograph? A blood moon approaches totality in March in Merritt Island, Florida. And look at that. And that's from Getty Images. So, I don't know. Explain. Space deniers, help me out. What is a black moon? I don't know. Just a little quick side note to you guys. Did you hear about this mushroom murder? This is crazy to me. I'm just going to peruse the news. I'll hopefully do it quicker than last time. Mushroom murderer given 3 life sentences for killing lunch guests. It's not right. It doesn't sound right. This is from Commie Nonsense Network. I hadn't heard of this, but you guys had. And it took place 2023. Look at this gal. She doesn't look like she would hurt anybody. She looks kind of like, Ozzy Osbourne a little bit, maybe? Maybe I'm confusing that with Alice Cooper or something. I don't know my rock stars. The Australian woman convicted of killing 3 lunch guests, 3 out of 4. One of them survived. With the world's most toxic. We're so used to toxic being not that serious because you call somebody toxic or, oh, I was in a toxic relationship, meaning not good, but not bad enough that you leave, that type of thing most of the time. But this is actually like full-blown kill you in a matter of days. Sentenced to 3 life sentences with non-parole period of 33 years Monday. And it's crazy to think about because I'm used to people just dying on the spot if they're poisoned. Like, didn't those people in the Shakespeare thing, didn't they just die right there, then and there? When they drank hemlock or something bad for you? But no, they actually survived, went home, went to the hospital the next day, vomiting, throwing up, and other stuff. Oof. One of them got like some type of liver or kidney transplant and still died. Ugh. Erin Patterson, age 50, meaning she was in her 40s when she did this. Like late 40s, I would say. Sentenced to 3 years, non-parole period of 33 years. 3 life sentences, non-parole period of 33 years. So she has to stay in prison until like 83-ish. Until she's up for maybe getting out, possibly. Parole. And it's crazy. There've been multiple podcasts and documentaries about this. The parents, aunt, and uncle of her estranged husband, the uncle is a pastor or a preacher or a guy, Pastor Ian Wilkinson, and he survived. His wife of 44 years got killed. She deliberately laced this beef Wellington, whatever that is, with so-called death cap mushrooms picked near her rural home in the state of Victoria. And you know what's crazy is her husband passed, he's like, pass, on the dinner date. It was like a lunch or whatever. He's like, no, thanks. But he had suspected that she had been trying to poison him. So why didn't he warn his own parents and aunt and uncle? Or did he know about this? That looks kind of interesting. A baked steak dish that looks even better than meatloaf. Look at it. It's like inside of a loaf of bread. It looks like a loaf of bread on the outside, like sourdough or something, one of those fancy ones. And then it has this like crunchy looking, what it looks like is what is that stuff called? Almond roca stuff, chocolate and caramel and nuts, but I don't know what type of thing surrounding it, and then it's like kind of medium rare beef. Cool. That is a huge chunk of meat too, and that doesn't even look baked. It's not even like ground beef. It's like, and I like. By the way, I'm fine with meatloaf as long as it doesn't have the ketchup. I don't like ketchup. Okay, so that's what she made for them. And death cap mushrooms. You ever heard of that? I have never really liked the idea of mushrooms. Whoa. Those are the death cap mushrooms. I'm looking at far left Google images. Deadly poisonous, also known as toxic, mushrooms. Did you know that snakes are not poisonous? They're venomous. They have venom. Because you can eat a snake, but if it bites you, and it has venom, that venom will poison you? I don't know. Amanita phalloides, the death cap. Whew. Crazy. Let's see if this says anything. White gills and white spores. Oh, you don't want spores. the pardon me, greenish cap, distinct ring. Ooh, it has like a drapish skirt thing up near the top. Man, those things are so weird. I'm okay with mushrooms now, but don't give me those death cap things. They'll make me sick. Died in the pastor's wife of 44 years died in the hospital days after this lunch. So this guy, her husband, her estranged husband, Simon Patterson, his parents and the aunt and uncle, mother's sister, were poisoned by this woman. If this guy, which is interesting because people hang out with dangerous people after they do crazy things, and you just kind of get used to it. It's kind of like Chicago has a bad crime problem right now, right? It's emergency level. Similar with Detroit, I think, right? Maybe Baltimore, I hear, was a murder capital of the world, or at least the United States in some years. DC, but they're used to it. They love them, you know? So they're like, Trump, what you want to bring the National Guard here to solve the crime over here for? Because they're used to it. Similarly, I guess the husband or husband's in-laws were used to this evil of each other. Because when you scroll down, you're reading about this story. Substantial premeditation, by the way. Elaborate cover-up. She realized her initial lies wouldn't work. I am satisfied by July 16th, 2023, when you unusually invited Simon, his parents, aunt, and uncle to a lunch without the children to discuss your non-existent medical issue. You did so with the intention of killing them all, said one guy, Beale, whoever that is. Don't know, don't really care. Here's the guy, the pastor guy, who looks kind of like a pastor, Ian Wilkinson, who survived, the sole survivor of the toxic mushrooms. I wonder if he has like long-term issues after this. But I don't wonder enough to go too deeply into it. Why were they estranged husband, right? Not ex-husband, estranged. She invited all 5 so-called family members, in-laws, right, and husband, to lunch in a kind of rural area, I guess, outside of Victoria, I think, Australia. She simply wanted a better relationship with her in-laws, but Simon pulled out the night before, saying he didn't feel comfortable attending, so just his parents and uncle and aunt arrived. So good for him, but why did he warn his parents? July 29th, 2 couples attended a lunch hosted by Aaron Patterson. This is 2023, of course, where beef Wellington was served. Like we're supposed to know what that is. After being admitted to the hospitals, 3 guests died from the death cap mushroom poisoning. 4th, so crazy, huh? So they have a son and daughter together. Erin Patterson said she fed the leftover beef Wellington to her children after scraping off the mushrooms, and they didn't get sick. Whoa! Scraping off the mushrooms in pastry. That's crazy. And they were fine. So, and you can see in this chart here that they have, very helpful chart. Good job to Call Me Nonsense Network, I guess, who made this. I guess they made this. The parents who were married and parents to this guy who didn't go, and then the mother's sister died. Good on the pastor, probably because he's a Christian, not a glutton. I don't know. Kidding around. It's not a joking matter. Event, I disclaim. So July 16th, she invited. July 29th, they actually had the lunch. July 30th, they go to the hospital, vomiting and cover your ears, kids, diarrhea, or ladies. August 4th, so a few days later, they're dead. August 5th, the other guy died. So the women died first, and then the father. despite a liver transplant. September 21st, Ian returns home. Oh, the pastor. So he was in the hospital from July 30th, basically August 1st, right? Kind of. Until today's, it's not even September 21st. So approaching 2 months, he was in the hospital. Woo! And then November, she was charged. It's so crazy how it takes days, weeks, months after you do something wrong for it to catch up with you. Sometimes. You don't go to prison right away. Interesting. Only in your mind. I guess you go to prison in your mind first. There he is looking up. This is the guy who did not go to his estranged wife's thing. A messed up situation, huh? Terrible. What a mess. It looks like people are saying kind of nonsense stuff. Nice stuff, maybe. I don't know. What a mess, huh? Watch out. Like I said, watch out for those ladies, but just watch out for evil people, which is to say people. And a quick story. You guys heard about this. Let me tell you the background of this story that I heard about over the weekend. This is the Ukrainian refugee gal who was stabbed. Just the information, 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee Irina, Iryna, Zarutska, Zarutska, fatally stabbed on a Charlotte, North Carolina light rail train. It's a commuter train, right? It's one of those things that you don't want to go on. Or if you go on it and you see a black sitting right there and he looks off, you profile him as looking off based on other things, not just being black, of course. But he looks off. You don't plop down right in front of him. When you're driving by some homeless bum, and this homeless bum is walking in the middle of the street, you want to go slower and go way around these people. You don't get within striking distance. Be cautious. You know how people get offended? Oh, they crossed the street when I was walking by. It's better that they be offended and you be a little bit embarrassed for being paranoid than for this to happen. A random attack. Suspect 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown Jr., homeless man with criminal history. They're using the term man loosely. Arrested and charged with first-degree murder. I'm profiling him as not a man. Maybe he has since become a man. Realize what he did. Doubt it. Surveillance footage shows this DeCarlos guy, Brown, pulling out a folding knife and stabbing this gal. Refugee, Ukrainian refugee. 3 times, including a fatal wound to the neck before exiting. Sorry, kids, ladies. Faint of heart. She was pronounced dead. He exited the train later. She was pronounced dead at the... And we saw this footage on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. He was leaving, like, drops on the ground of her life blood, you know? 23-year-old worked at a pizzeria. Still in her pizza place uniform. Boarded the train at 9 p.m. Don't go on the train after dark. It's even worse, although broad daylight's a risk as well. Gifted artist, animal lover, someone who dreamed of becoming a veterinary assistant. That's animal doctor type thing. He was a documented criminal. He had a documented criminal record from dating back to 2011. Convictions for robbery with a dangerous weapon, communicating threats, felony larceny. And larceny has to do with, like, robbery or something, I guess. I don't know. Let's see quick. Larceny, unlawful taking of personal property belonging to another. So, alleged thief or convicted thief or something. In the past, previously arrested January 2025 for misusing 911 during a mental health episode. That's interesting. Hadn't he served 5 years in prison before? I thought I had seen that he had served some time in so-called in prison for 5 years or something. Maybe I just read that, but maybe I didn't. Police still searching for a motive for the attack. Sometimes there's not a motive other than just regular malice / I could even picture, I went into my imagination about this, and I could picture just practice. When you're, I don't know if he was on anything, you know, if you're on something. I hear that people sometimes are not really in reality when they're on something, drugs-wise. And so he may see this, and a lot of times these people have no regard for other people. And so just kind of like, this person is annoying me and in front of me, and let me practice a little May. So it sparked a citywide debate on transit safety. It's nationwide now, international probably. Was it in Daily Mail or one of those foreign outlets by now? Charlotte area transit system, CATS. Officials acknowledging 35-person staffing shortage, announcing plans to hire a chief. Because this guy, according to the report that we saw in the Jason Lee Peterson show, he didn't even buy a ticket. So not only was he not supposed to be probably shouldn't have been out of jail, out of prison, I don't know, but he also was not even supposed to be on the train because they said he didn't buy a ticket. And Charlotte has this Mayor V. Lyles, V.I., last name Lyles, and then I'll get to your calls, and she looks like a light-skinned black gal. Is that her natural hair? Maybe it is, I don't know. You can never tell. She's been mayor-ess. We call female mayors mayor-esses here on the Hake Report. Hake, had a husband until 2013, John Lyles. 72-year-old gal. Viola, V for short, V-I. Viola, or Vi, I don't know. Alexander Lyles. Alexander must be her maiden name. Is she a female feminist? A Democrat? Charlotte City Council prior to that? What happened to her husband? See, this now she's like more obviously. I'm pretty sure that's kind of black. Looks kind of like a, if she's white, she looks Druski white. It's a meme now. I'm claiming it. Well, never mind. Father owned a construction company. Mother worked as a teacher. Terrible situation though, huh? Oh, she lost her husband. Oh, okay. Her husband must have died. Rest in peace. So she's a widow. What a mess. She released a statement expressing heartbreak and a commitment to improving safety, requesting the public refrain from sharing the graphic surveillance footage out of respect for the victim's family. Where is the victim's family? Are the refugees here too? Or are they over in the Ukraine amidst the war? Because I know some Ukrainian gals, they came here by themselves. GoFundMe launched for Zarutska's family, raised over 48,000 people, probably more than that by now, to help cover funeral expenses. Because I heard about this incident. See, this is the black dude getting ready, and this skinny little 23-year-old pizzeria worker, Ukrainian refugee, 23, sitting right in front. Why did she sit down right in front of him? Did she not notice? I mean, it's 9 p.m. Terrible. I heard all about, I was seeing posts about this on X over the weekend. And they're like, there's no coverage on NBC, AP. I don't know if any of this is true. And all these liberal media platforms, right? And they made a Wikipedia article about it. Wikipedia, who's Irina, Ukraine refugee stabbed. They were thinking about deleting it on far-left Wikipedia. An editor has nominated this article for deletion. Participate in the deletion discussion because it may not be that notable because there's not much media coverage about it. August 22nd was when this took place, and footage released sort of recently. What a mess, huh? He was fair jumping, meaning he didn't pay his thingy. Terrible. September 5th, they released the stuff. So a few days ago. That would have been Friday. Terrible. And so I think that it may become notable. I think it's notable with Wikipedia now because somebody asked Trump about it, and Trump called it horrible and said he had not heard about it previously and would know all about it by the following morning, meaning I think this very morning. Trump advisor told Axios this is going to be an issue he's going to highlight. Judges and district attorneys allowing criminals to roam free. Sean Duffy publicly blamed Sean Duffy, the public transportation secretary. No, the transportation secretary of America under Trump. Nice guy. He let his wife be on Fox News, and he quit being a congressman for her. And they have like 8 kids. She's like Latina, and he's normal white, I think. Elon Musk criticized judges and DAs. So I think it's going to be notable. Remember, like, we hear about all these poor victim blacks when it's usually something like they brought on themselves, kind of their own fault. I wonder if the blacks are going to blame her, like I kind of did, for not paying attention. Don't know. Terrible, huh? And I heard, by the way, that there was like a GoFundMe or something for the suspect. And they eventually shut that down. So I guess I did talk for more than a half an hour on the news, but this was big news in our world, right? Because we talk a lot about this criminal element, the crime wave. It's a rough situation. So, lunar eclipse. Explain that. Space deniers. The mushroom murderer. Murderess. Right? Can I say murderess? And Charlotte, Ukraine refugee. Terrible story. I got to get to Jermaine in Canada on the line here. Jermaine, thank you for calling. And oh, wait a minute. Let me unmute you. Thank you for calling and holding, sir. What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
What's up, Hake? How are you?
Doing fine. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing well today.
Good.
You were touching on the Ukraine thing.
The Ukraine
just realized
victim? Stabbing victim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I saw that video and I didn't fully watch it, and then one of my friends sent it to me on Instagram. I was like, oh, this is what really went down. But yeah, there's a GoFundMe up for that guy, eh?
There was, but I think GoFundMe shut it. At least according to X. Okay, so somebody on X posted that there was a GoFundMe and they successfully complained to GoFundMe and got it shut down for the alleged murderer.
Yeah, allegedly the guy, what's his name, Ryan Nicholas, something along those lines.
No,
he was saying.
Oh, okay. Who? Some guy named that was saying what?
Oh, he's the one that did the GoFundMe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
Was he white or black or what?
He's white.
So a white guy set up a GoFundMe for the alleged black criminal.
Yeah,
okay.
He was saying it's a tragedy that happened, but the guy himself is not totally to blame for it. The justice system failed him. I was like, nice.
I think, yeah, there is blame to go around for different wrong things that different wrong people did in the midst of this situation.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
The guy, this one makes a little bit more sense to me as a malicious murder than the one. Remember Kate Steinle, the gal from the Bay Area? 30-something-year-old, beautiful young lady. I think she was in her 30s. Beautiful young white gal in San Francisco area. And this illegal somehow got a hold of some gun and just shot her in the head while she was hanging out with, I don't know if she was hanging out with her father and brother or something. But I'm like, what was the motive? Was he just playing with the gun and it hit her in the head? Like, why? Why did that? I didn't get that situation. The guy got off too. He was not convicted, I don't think.
I'm not familiar with that story.
Okay.
But from the video that I saw, the guy was sitting there for a while and he was fidgeting. He looked like he was anxious.
Yeah.
For some reason. Don't know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, I called about the baseball game.
Oh,
with the Karen.
With the so-called Karen, a name that I disclaim. Yes, Phillies. They call her Phillies Karen, and I stand with her. A little. I'm kidding. Slightly.
So I was gonna call JLP about this today, but you guys kind of touch on it. Where, like, let me give you a little backstory of what happened. So they're in the crowd, this famous player, I don't know his name, he hit the ball in the crowd. No one got the ball. The ball was free for all. And the guy ran a couple of aisles from his seat to grab the ball. Because it's fair game, right? That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And he went and got it because it was his son's birthday, and he gave it to him. And she stormed over, and she was yelling at him like, "You stole it from me."
Right. And it looked like he might have.
I disagree because it's free for all. No one caught it in their gloves or in their hands, so it's like it's free for all.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like, oh, we got hit to your seat, so it's yours. No, it's free for all ball.
Yeah.
But she went over there. She was going crazy at this guy, and the guy just give in to her and give her the ball, which I find was a weak moment for him.
Yeah. It was. He's like
woman's feelings.
He said that from what I read, he said that he gave it to her to avoid escalating the confrontation and as to set a good example, I guess, for his kids or kid.
I think he set a terrible example because you're only doing it because you don't want to get confrontation about it. It's like what you did. Was it wrong or was it right? But he doesn't want to get in a situation because he doesn't want to make a scene. And you think about this, you're in a relationship with a girl, and because you don't want to make a scene or make her feel bad, you just give in to her demands and needs. So it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a weak moment for him there to be a great example. Tell her the cow hit the cabbage.
I think you might be. I think you're right. That was my sense about it too. But women are so crazy sometimes. Like that woman was going kind of so crazy. You know, it was funny because I kind of respected it. 'Cause she felt that she had been robbed of the ball, right? Whether she was right or wrong, she felt that way. And so rather than just be like, and sulk, she is all, I'm going to go back. I'm going to follow this man all the way over. Because he was way over. He was sitting way over somewhere. Totally different place from where the ball actually landed. And followed him and demanded the ball back. Which,
too crazy.
It is, but I kind of respect it. Like, because men don't do that. No, most days. White men especially. White men will be like, well, white men will either pretend not to care or not care or care for a second, then let it go. Most of the time, men are not going to, whatever. So, yeah, it's crazy. And if she's so crazy about it, in order to get her out of your hair, I don't know if he was weak or not. I can't say. But you might be right. You might be right.
Yeah, that's what I was going to call
either he needed to give her a definitive no, get out of here, or a fine like he did. Because right when he gave it to her, she turned away and walked back. And she was out of his hair.
Yeah, there's like two sides to this story. So that's why I wanted to call Jesse about it. Because then, you know, he gave her the ball to get her to stop yapping. And then eventually, I mean, I think the host or whoever hosts the event, they realized what she did was wrong. So they try to comfort the kid with gifts and an autograph and backstage pass with the guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he gave up the fight, yes, but was it the right way? And he ended up getting kind of a reward for it? I mean, is that always going to be the case that you just give up and because you don't want to deal with a situation? And then people just want to do things out of, oh, it was bad, so people want to do things to make the family feel nice because it was the kid's birthday.
They didn't feel bad for him. They felt bad for his son. You know, it was a pity gift to his son, and that is rewarding. The world loves to reward weakness and likes to give pity. And so a worldly reward doesn't prove that you did the right thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm not taking any position. And people in the chat are asking if I would have given the ball back. I don't know. I don't know if I would or wouldn't. I can be stubborn sometimes, and I can be way too giving, quote unquote, sometimes. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's two sides to this because he did it out of weakness, but he was rewarded.
Right.
And I'm like, is that really giving up the fight and let?
But his reward was not in heaven. His reward, you'll find out, was on earth. It was not really in heaven. So I don't know if it was in. Yeah. I don't know if he was. I can't say.
Yeah, because, you know, now he's teaching his son to just give in if someone is emotional towards you or demanding from you, even though you did something right. So he might get rewarded on earth, but, like, not spiritually. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking to see if this was going to show me the footage, but never mind. What a mess. What a mess. And, you know, they're trying to dox the woman who I don't know if they've identified the woman yet who allegedly did it.
Yeah, they shouldn't do that.
Yeah, they're trying to dox her. I cracked. I'm growing. They tried to dox her, and I guess I didn't write it down in my notes. And find out where she works and all kinds of stuff. And they misidentified one or two gals. One of them said, "No, it's not me." I think maybe two gals have said, "No, it's not me." They're trying
to destroy.
People are already. They already made a Halloween costume idea based on her, because she has this short gray hair, gray on top and then black underneath. I don't really know if it's gray or bleached or what. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah. They're trying to destroy her now. What a mess.
Yeah. Did the boy get to meet like some baseball players too? They gave him a whole gift bag and stuff.
Yeah, he got a bat signed by the guy that hit the ball in the crowd backstage and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Philadelphia Phillies. See, this is all just excitement.
Yeah,
and then us being the people about whom this has nothing to do, get excitement judging the situation.
Yeah, because they did a interview on the guy with the kid and his daughter. There's like a full 20-minute interview.
Oh, his sister. So the boy and the boy's sister.
Yeah, and the dad.
Yeah, okay.
It's a big thing now.
Yeah. Terrible.
All right, man. Good chatting with you, Hake.
Yeah, thanks for the call, man. Take care.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye. Wow. There's the guy who hit the ball and the little boy. Terrible. What a mess. So much drama over nothing. Let me tell you just a little bit, because my caller was not familiar with the killing of Kate Steinle, July 1st, 2015, more than 10 years ago. Wow, it doesn't feel like 10 years ago. 32-year-old Catherine Kate Steinle. She was 32 at that point, right? Shot and killed while walking with her father and a friend along Pier 14 in the Embarcadero district of San Francisco. Hit in the back. Oh, I thought it was a head. By a single bullet. The man who fired the gun, Jose Inez Garcia Zarate. I like to pronounce it correctly, okay? And it makes me chuckle speaking in that way. Said he had found it moments before wrapped in cloth beneath a bench on which he was sitting, and that when he picked it up, the weapon went off. And I wonder, that's so crazy, I could believe it. Although these people are known to lie, but they're also, it could totally be the truth. There was one time where this black guy, he had mouthwash in what looked like a alcoholic beverage bottle, like hard liquor little bottle, in his car. And he told the cop that it was mouthwash, and the cop kind of moved forward, kind of believed him, I guess. I'm like, how do you figure that's mouthwash? But it was actually mouthwash. Incidentally, that black guy started to drive off with the cop hanging off the window, and the cop's like, stop, and he fired his weapon and hit the guy in the head and killed him. And crazy situation. Happened probably not too long before this incident, or after. The shot ricocheted off the concrete deck of the pier and struck the victim. Okay. Who was about 90 feet, 27 meters away. Okay, that's a little ways, all right? Steinle died 2 hours later in a hospital as a result of her injuries. Is it multiple injuries from one weapon? I suppose you can have multiple injuries from one bullet, one round, whatever, one ricochet. November 2017, after 5 days of deliberation, more than 2 years later, the jury acquitted Garcia Zarate, Z-A-R-A-T-E, Zarate, of all murder and manslaughter charges. What? And federal manslaughter and assault charges were dropped due to lack of evidence. He was convicted of being a felon in possession of a firearm, but that conviction was overturned on appeal August 30th, 2019. And you know, my white, fair-minded, you might call it weak even, thoughts based on what I've just read sound like he has plausible deniability if he just incidentally found it underneath the thing. And they can't prove that he didn't have it with him anyway, and it's a ricochet, and it just went off. Guns don't tend to just go off, though. I don't think. Alec Baldwin, shout out. Who claimed that he didn't pull the trigger. But sometimes it doesn't take much to make a gun go off if it was loaded and cocked and ready to go. Terrible. Her family publicly requested the death not be politicized. It doesn't matter. All things get politicized, so you don't get a say, like family. You really don't get a say. Trump was running for president at that time, right? Because he announced on, this happened on July 1st. He announced, I think it was June 15th, if I remember right, when he talked about they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, and some, I assume, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. Nice. He wasn't illegal. He shouldn't even have been in there. And San Francisco is a sanctuary. And how is he a felon? And felons, if they're out of prison, I say should have them. But the law is you shouldn't. So if the law says you shouldn't, then you better not, unless you don't mind going back to prison. And even then, you probably shouldn't. You're supposed to follow the law, even if the law is unjust, but it's not unreasonable for you to follow it. Anyway, terrible. 40 caliber Sig Sauer P239. Oh, that's a nice weapon. Not that I know anything about it, but I've heard of that. Pierce her aorta. That's that big artery thing. Collapsed on the pavement, screaming to her father. Woo. Father and others did CPR on Catherine, also known as Kate. Kate's Law. Did Kate's Law pass? Let's find out. Kate's Law. Okay. Ted Cruz, Matt Salmon, Bill O'Reilly pushed for the Kate's Law. Mandatory minimums for illegal reentry act of 2015. Because if you're illegal and you get deported, it's a felony to cross again. They never held a vote. Bill O'Reilly was pushing that big time. The family didn't want to be the target of controversy, so they tried to stay out of it. Reminds me of the father of the young man who got stabbed, Metcalf. I don't know if it's that quote-unquote white guilt thing, or if they're liberals, or if they're rhinos, family. Because, come on, he has a political opinion. Let's be serious. Right? Or if he just doesn't want to be the doxed and the subject of all this communist hatred. Because it's crazy. But what a mess. There's your little background on Kate Steinle. And what did they call it? Killing, not a murder. They call it a murder. They called it a murder, and I'm like, why would the guy just murder her? It doesn't make sense. Unless he's just like, I hate these white women. Terrible, huh? So rest in peace, Kate Steinle, and that Ukrainian gal, and chin up Phillies Karen. Don't get doxxed. A few super chats for you guys, or for Hake, for me to read to you guys. I already read this one from Cesar Caesar, so I showed myself. Popcorn's Thump Keg asks, what's important to you in your life? What, if anything, are your aspirations? Wife, kids, career, etc. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I ask because someone pointed out to me that the person you are today, or rather the life you live today, right, is largely the result of decisions made years in the past. So the things we do today lay the groundwork for where we will be years in the future, says Popcorn. Where is Hake at 50 in an ideal world? In my idea world, I hadn't thought of it. I hadn't thought of it at all. Popcorn, a little bit I had thought of, not necessarily specifically 50, but I'm like, I should be healthier. So that's crossed my mind. I don't necessarily aspire to get me a wife necessarily. I don't know. I don't necessarily aspire to get me some kids. I don't know. Meaning make some kids. When I was in 2nd grade, I did think that I wanted to be a father, mainly because I wanted to be like my dad. Because in 2nd grade, they're asking you, what do you want to be when you grow up? What sense does that make? In like 8th grade, I remember them asking, and I'm like, I want to be a cop. Because I was into Batman, the animated series, but you can't be Batman. So I want to be a cop. I get to hold a gun, it's cool. And cops, whatever, nice, they're strong, whatever. It's kind of cool, whatever. But I wasn't necessarily even that into that. In college, freshman year of college, they're like, what do you want to do after high school, which is different from what do you want to do when you grow up, or what do you want to be? I'm like, well, my best friend at the time, and I are like, military. And my mom's all, you can't do military, you got to go to college. What? I didn't really care. Because military seems like a good thing. Cool. So I don't know. Career beats me. I have only ever done what was before me. What was given to me to do. Like, I had an opportunity for a while, or I had to, work at a Broadway thing. I was a stagehand kind of thing. Pushed the set around on the stage. Long days, manual labor. It's the only time that I ate the works type of burger with the Thousand Island, probably, with the pickles and everything. And I'm like, I'm hungry. The stage manager bought it for us, and this is edible. It's not death cap mushrooms. Not that I knew what that was. And so I ate it. I ate the whole thing, but I have not eaten a burger like that before or since. I did accidentally eat a burger with ketchup on it, and I realized halfway through what that flavor was. I'm like, oh, that's ketchup. No wonder that I'm not enjoying it that much. Ugh. That was over at this place over that away. You know, they have these deals in the afternoon sometimes. But anyway, how did I get off on that? Oh, the career thing, etc. I don't know. I thought that I'd be working at the cabinet shop, the family business cabinet shop, sort of, for 20, 30 years. Didn't even know. But I only worked there several years, like 7 or 8, right? 07 to 2013, through most of 2013. That's 6.5 plus years, I guess. And then I worked at Bond for, 12, 13 years? Dang. Who knew? So I don't know, man. I do not know. I don't even know what will happen tomorrow. I don't know if I will live. I don't know. But it is definitely an interesting question. Like you said, in the present is important. Don't squander the present. So that's how I take your coffee. Thank you, sir. I don't know. I think that I should just, doesn't the Bible say be prepared? Or at least the Boy Scouts, which I was never one, but I did like their motto of be prepared. The Boy Scouts say be prepared, and that just means, you know, do your laundry sometimes. Ah, my neck. Pardon me. Okay. Renesio. Before I get back to the calls, we're at the top of the hour. Renesio says, Mr. Hake, what should I do about my friend? I asked her if having grown S relations is dirty, and she said, if it's done right, yes, shocked emoji. Don't ask the woman advice on that stuff, Renesio. Why are you talking about that stuff? Okay, so what you should do is stop talking about that and never speak of that matter to her again, even if you marry that woman. You know that song, Why You Gotta Be So Rude? I thought he was saying, I'm gonna marry ya anyway, not I'm gonna marry her anyway. It's like a na to his girl's father, when I thought that he knew that this girl is rude and he's gonna marry her anyway. And I'm like, I like that song. Why you gotta be so rude, girl? I think I'll marry you anyway. But no, it's not. But it's a really catchy song. You guys know that Rude song? But I disclaim it because don't be disrespectful to her father. That doesn't seem right just because he's supposedly rude to you. Liberal. I call him a liberal because he's a musician. Cesar Caesar 3 coffees. Sup, Hake? I gotta say that AI beat perfectly blended with your show startup today. It was well synced. Thanks, man. Also, thank you for performing my request, laughing with tears. It played out just how I imagined it. I dabbled a bit with video editing for the past couple of years, and my request was something I kept envisioning. Yeah, man, it was a great request. So a part of me wanted to see if it was a good idea, and I think it was, man, totally. Last thing, in all honesty, I love to watch a show because of your interactions with the callers and the chats, but the stories you've talked about today made the show better, in my opinion. You think it was because the stories have to do with violence? Pray for me, Hake. I may need some help, LOL. Truly an awesome show today. P.S. Forgot to tell you, postscript. You randomly calling Mark a Christ killer was hilarious. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about I was stewing / sulking / thinking / reflecting on my call with Mark. It was a fiery call. It was on a Friday. Mark, forgive me, Mark. But no, I still think that you're, in a manner of speaking, if you hate the communist and the, what are they called? The race mixers, do you hate the communists and race mixers, Mark? Because God loves them. What a mess. Thank you, Cesar Caesar. Adam, 3 coffees. Hey, quick question. How do I go on about wanting to make more money to cover expenses? I heard the truth of not making decisions, which I do believe, but should I just wait for a clear opportunity or look to learn new skills for a better paying job or even better work for myself one day? It's just the job I'm at right now isn't cutting it. Or in better words, how will I know a decision is made for me in this example? Says Adam with 3 coffees. Well, you have a situation where, at least in your mind, you're having trouble covering expenses, which sounds like you may be falling into debt. I don't know if you're in debt or if you're just worrying about it but still making the payment. Number 1 is watch your mind worry, because it sounds like you may be worrying. I don't know. This is Hake advice. It might be fake advice. I disclaim. Number 2, make sure you're working while you're at work. You don't shortchange your job just because you say that it's not enough money. I don't know if that's, you didn't indicate that you're not working while you're at work. So FYI, I'm just saying, just in case. Two, you might get a different side job or start a little side business or side hustle. Hopefully it's not one that's like a competing with your current job to where you get yourself fired or whatever. Can you do more overtime? Do you get paid overtime? Can you put in more hours? I don't know. Will you get paid if you do more hours, or will the business do better if you do more hours? I don't know. If you can get it, yeah, definitely. Like the opportunities are all around you. Like if you ponder and you sit on like a Saturday or a day off, rather than go into entertainment or distraction and stuff, notions or solutions may come to you. And sometimes those are wrong notions, at least at the wrong time. So, but you could definitely learn more skills, and sometimes that'll work out, and sometimes it won't, and sometimes it'll take a while for it to work out, but you still enjoy doing it, or feel that it's the right thing to do, so you do it anyway. So, and maybe you're spending too much. Maybe you're blowing money in places that you don't need to be blowing money. For example, you bought me 3 coffees. Hey, no, I'm kidding, Adam. You can buy me all the coffees you like. I don't know, man. But thanks for the support, and I do notice that, and this is the last thing, and then I'll take your calls. There's one line open. I do notice that when stuff goes awry, I get caught up on the stuff, meaning I know that I did something to cause this thing to go awry, and I'm get hung up on that thing that I did. But that thing that I did, I only really did because I wasn't aware. I wasn't present. And you can be present and then go unaware and then go awry. But if you go back to presence is the root. Meaning, like the Bible says, be self-controlled and alert. So, I think stick with awareness, and then don't be afraid to go learn something new, or get a different job, or get a second or third job. Nice. Thanks, man. Shout out to Lin Yunchin and GREGGATRON and all you guys over there supporting. Very cool. Very nice. Let's get to some of these calls, shall we? Where are we? Hey, Rick in Hampton, VA. He called on time. Rick, how you doing, man?
My brother James, what's going on, my brother?
Not much, just having a fun, loosey-goosey Monday show. How about you?
Well, doing good, man. Nice weather here in Hampton, VA. And I was tuning into some of y'all's show. Y'all had an interesting show. Service yesterday. I just love y'all's service, man. How people just, interject and everybody's learning off each other, man. That's church.
Yeah.
And I always want to come. You remember the tennis player, the black tennis player and the white tennis player?
Female or male?
The male, the female, the white female and the black female. And she said she was uneducated.
Oh, yeah, we're the white foreigner gal. And it's a foreign term to say that you're uneducated. It's like I've heard Latinos say something like, "se educado," like you're educated, meaning you know how to act. You're educated in terms of being sociably sensible with people. I don't know. Yeah, I vaguely recall this incident. It was covered on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, where the white woman's young lady said to the black young lady, tennis players, "You're uneducated," something like that. And everybody was calling her racist, and the black lady wouldn't call her racist, but she was kind of calling her racist.
Yeah, basically. Here's what I believe what happened on that, James.
Yeah.
It's a tradition that she didn't apologize. And all the tennis players say, hey, you should apologize when you do that. But yet, now, it's not a rule, but it's just a common courtesy. It's just like in football. Win or lose, you shake the other team's hand. It's not in the rule book you have to do that, but it's part of the tradition. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they shook each other's hand, and the comments or a comment was, she said the comment while shaking her hand, and so, which person are you saying should apologize?
No. What I was saying too, what was going on? The white tennis player was telling the black tennis player she should apologize. It's a custom she didn't do. And the only thing she was saying is by being a tradition of tennis, I think it was something about.
Oh, okay. So there was something.
You see what I'm saying?
There was something that she felt that the black young lady owed her owed her an apology for it. Something.
Well, it was a game. It's just a tradition. What it was. It's like, I think it was a netball or something. I don't know tennis all that well.
Yeah.
It was a netball, and traditionally you're supposed to apologize when you get a netball. You get what I'm saying?
Oh.
So she mentioned that. Yeah, she was mentioning that. About our custom when that happened, you should apologize. So, and I know I can tell how the black lady attitude was. She said, "Well, I don't have to apologize. You just a sore loser." And then and the only thing she was saying, she was uneducated to the custom of tennis. She wasn't calling her uneducated, which the media spent it. Nothing to do with race. It was just saying she was uneducated to the custom of tennis.
Interesting. Okay,
you see what I'm saying, James?
Yeah. Stating they were meant to refer to tennis etiquette.
Yes.
Oh, because you know how
but
blacks.
The media...
Because there's among I guess Americans, there's a black the stereotype of blacks being uneducated.
Right.
Said that she had not uneducated, but no education. She had no education.
Right.
After their
you don't know the customs of tennis. That's the only thing she was saying to the black girl. But as always, she took it. Well, I am educated. I got all these degrees, but if she wasn't talking about it, she was just saying.
You know what? That's so funny because one time I heard the name Huxtable, and I forgot or didn't know that in reference to some black family, right? I didn't know that was a reference to the Cosby Show because the Cosby's show should be the Cosbys.
What's the Huxtables?
But they were the Huxtables. But why is it called the Cosby Show? I've been over this, right? And I'm like, that sounds uppity. And I didn't know that uppity is a word that you're not supposed to say about black people. It's considered racist. But I was just saying uppity in the sense that it's sort of you thinking that you're kind of uppity because I'd heard that phrase before. I feel like I might have been coming to the church with JLP. And I heard, oh, you're not supposed to say uppity about black people. But I hadn't heard that until after I said that. And so I really plain didn't know, but all these so-called educated people will chime in. It's kind of like I dressed up as black one time, and I didn't know that I knew that you don't want to do that in front of blacks because it could look like you're making fun of blacks, which I was making fun of a certain type of black. But it was just fun. It was funny. It was no harm meant. And so people take it way more serious and like harken back to like history. Oh, the minstrel shows.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of mess.
It's the liberals, most of the liberals that does it.
Yeah, one liberal, Naomi Osaka, called this suggestion that the black pair was uneducated one of the worst things you can say. Naomi Osaka, she's a mess because she's not even American, right? Isn't she black, Jamaican, and Japanese?
Yeah, I think she's black and Japanese. She's a biracial person.
She's not.
And I did hear her. I think she lives in America, but I did hear what she said. So she was like saying, "Well, that's the worst thing." She said, "In this country, that's the worst thing to say."
Yeah.
And I agree with her. Why? Because the media will spin it. And
Right.
all the white tennis player was talking about is you are not educated to the
Haitian.
custom. It's like
Haitian. She's Haitian American. And where was she born? She was born in she was born in Osaka, Japan. But Haitian American father and a Japanese mother. Born in Osaka, but raised
I thought she looked like she got some Asian.
Yeah, no, she's Japanese. But she's
Exactly.
they call her Japanese, but she was born in Osaka, Japan, to Leonard Francois from Haiti, who is American, so-called, and this woman who's Japanese. And where was she raised? When she was forced, they moved from Japan to the United States, lived with her father's parents in New York, and she rejected America and went back and called herself Japanese. What a mess. Anyway, sorry. Side note. Go ahead.
You know, it just that the media stamped it, man. I don't think. Go ahead, James. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm interrupting, but I wanted to point out
Go ahead.
evil gal, sucker, dating a rapper, by the way, or what at one point was. This evil gal had like a Breonna Taylor China virus face mask covering when she was, and all these fake victims of Black Lives Matter, right? So
no way around, and even blacks don't even care that they get
blind. Say again.
Took all the money to enrich themselves, and you don't hardly hear no blacks calling them out unless it's the conservative blacks that's calling them out. Thank God for Candace Owens, because man, they took $92 million.
Wow!
And all those people who they claim they was fighting for didn't get none of that money. They didn't do them about themselves matches and go on glorious trips.
That's funny.
And no one called them out. No,
but they shouldn't have gotten. They shouldn't have gotten any money because those so-called victims, so-called families, are messed up too. They didn't deserve anything. It was all a bunch of
they ain't even offer to pay their funeral or nothing. I know of. I didn't even pay their funeral.
A lot of these so-called victims, they got major money from the so-called cities that so-called victimized them. You know how didn't Mike Brown's money and didn't Mike Brown's so-called family get a bunch of money? And I don't know if Mike Brown's family got money. Did they? It's ridiculous if they did. Georgia, Florida's family, so-called family, got money. Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
I'm agreeing with you, man. It's just like with the
27 million.
Even with capitalism, you always hear people talk about capitalism. And first thing I challenge them when I hear liberals talk about that, you don't like capitalism? I ask, do you have a job? Yeah. You like capitalism? You have your own business? Yeah. You like capitalism? If that's an evil institute, why don't you go to all these socialist countries or communist countries?
That's right.
And leave your wealth here in the United States, all the money you made, leave it here in the U.S., man, and then go over there and compete with the populace of other countries you'll go to. That's how you can tell how blessed you are. Because, see, what they want to do, what the liberals want to do is take all their gold and go over there to the socialist countries and live on a high hole. They and live comfortably, if you will.
Yeah, totally.
They will not go over there and without their wealth. Leave your wealth here. If the United States is that wicked, go over there and compete with the population. And then you come. I've seen several black women went to Africa and they couldn't wait to get back over here.
This is so crazy. I'm reading an article from just last year, long after we well knew that this guy brought on himself what he got, right? And
McSpadden says,
remember this?
After the shooting death of 18-year-old Mike Brown Jr. 10 years later, Michael Brown's mother, Leslie McSpadden, says she's still waiting for justice.
She got justice. This is ridiculous. What an evil woman. And you know what? I'm talking about how the liberal media says 10 years after Mike Brown Jr. was shot and killed in Ferguson, Missouri by a police officer in Ferguson, Missouri, rightly, justified, totally, sparking outrage and protests around the country. No one has been criminally charged in his death because he was the criminal who brought his death upon himself. Leslie McSpadden. She's still waiting for justice. This is so ridiculous. ABC is very fake news. Well, that's local ABC.
Yes,
still.
it is.
No, that's ABC.
Just like the whole man, how he spent those two, that tennis player's name. Only thing she was saying, she was uneducated toward the game. That was it. But I said, this is our custom.
Wow.
She wasn't saying that to demean her. And the media spent it to make it racial, to keep blacks aggravated so they can continue using them. And like I said, the worst thing that's against white folks right now to me is white liberal women and black liberal women.
Yeah.
And your beta males and your transgender men. Because if you look at most of these liberal medias, that's who you have. Liberal black women, liberal white women, Hispanic women, all the liberal women. Because the women pretty much run the Democratic Party. And then you have your beta males and your transgender men. Men sound like women. That's who be on those liberal stations. You don't ever see an alpha male that be on them stations. A real alpha male.
That's true, man. JLP premiered on the Jason Lee Peterson YouTube channel an old interview with a guy that I brought on from like USC or somewhere years ago. And this guy is he looks like a man on the outside, but once he opens his mouth, it's all
he just beta.
Yeah, just effeminate, kissing up to like the liberal effeminate agenda, just ridiculous. A USC professor.
Like I got a friend of mine, he's a plumber, he's a black guy, he's married to a Puerto Rican, and I have a white guy, he's a plumber, he's married to a Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And most of the time, Puerto Ricans tend to be liberal. They tend to. But I got some conservative Puerto Rican friends too.
Yeah.
But for the most part, Puerto Rico always vote liberal. They just do.
Wow.
You know, and then when women come from Puerto Rico, they just as liberal, and the women tell the man who to vote for. And I like to say, I have never seen men so weak, man. It's like when men look like little boys when they be with their wives, like he's a little boy, like a teenage son.
Yeah. What a shame, man.
And that's sad. I mean, just no masculinity at all, but an old jellyfish. An old jellyfish, man.
Yeah.
It's just sad, man. And if capitalism done right, it's a great thing. One thing I like about capitalism, capitalism say this: if you want to be poor, you can be poor. If you want to be in the middle, you can be in the middle. If you want to be wealthy, you can be wealthy. It's up to you.
That's right.
Socialism don't do that. It tells you can go to school 20 years to be a doctor in Cuba. And Cuba said, we'll pay for your education, but all you're going to make is $30 a month.
Wow.
That's why so many people in Africa, when they go to school in Africa, they can't get jobs in Africa making that kind of money. That's
true.
why most of them go either to Europe or they come to the United States.
Follow the land of opportunity. And the immigrants take care of it. I mean, they take advantage of the opportunities, but a lot of us spoiled people do not. Thank you, Rick.
Well,
I got to run, man. It's good talking with you.
Okay, James. Well, thanks for taking my call. Love you guys, man. Be blessed. Thanks.
All right. Take care. GREGGATRON in the Midwest on the line here. GREGGATRON, how you doing, man?
What's up?
Hey.
You.
How you doing?
What's good with you?
Everything's fine. Almost said not much is good with me.
That's right. So, what do you think about this guy who killed this Ukrainian refugee?
He had to be mentally off.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was on something or what, but the only thing I could picture was you know how you can look at a person and if you have hatred in your heart, you just start to hate the person and come up with excuses to hate the person. That's what I imagine was going on with this guy. Or else he was thinking about somebody else he's mad at, or thinking about some other situation. And he's presented with this young woman in front of him. Almost looked like a little young man because she was so skinny. But I saw pictures of her. She's an attractive young lady, or was.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was, but she sat down right in front of him, and he stewed and just killed her. It's crazy. What a mess.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of research on this guy. This guy had no business being in the public eye, period, because he was in and out of jail for violent stuff off and on. I mean, he had a rap sheet longer than my arm.
Wow.
And I guess he was mentally ill and whatnot. Well, here's my thing. If society already is aware that you're mentally ill and you're violent and all this stuff, you have no business being out in the public with me and you.
Right.
You're a danger to everybody around you, and you're a danger to yourself. So what I think, we do need to bring back the insane asylums to keep us safe. And I live in Illinois, so my taxes are already going towards illegal immigrants and stupid crap anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if my taxes are already going towards stuff like that, I would rather my taxes go towards an insane asylum. Just build one big asylum, like a super prison, but it's an asylum, and put all those people there to keep all of us safe. Because that woman who was killed, she wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
And she came into the country the right way. Notice how the media doesn't talk about that.
Right.
She did the right thing. She followed the law. She came into the country the right way. She had a job. She was doing everything right, and she still got deleted for no reason whatsoever. What do you think about that?
Yeah. That.
Because if the roles were reversed, if this was an illegal immigrant who was killed by a white guy,
Oh yeah.
the media they'd be all over it.
Good point. So
That's how you
true.
know it's so disingenuous, the media.
Yeah, the media will ascribe intentions or speculate about intentions of a white or a cop who kills a black person or an illegal or a Muslim or whatever, or a Jew.
Yeah.
And especially if it is a unknown, a non-transgender suspect.
Yeah.
And it's so evil. Like they endlessly like speculate about racism and stuff like that, when it has no
Yeah.
place even in the speculation. They don't want to wait and see. They want to jump to stuff, and then to this day, stuff gets ascribed as racism when it has nothing to do with it. For example, Trayvon Martin. In no way should anybody have assumed racism, except maybe a hint of it because of the deceptively edited police call, 911 call. But it's a mess. Same thing with Mike Brown and George Floyd and all that stuff. But no, I'm looking at a picture of another gal who was killed, Tessa Majors. I forget what this one was. I barely even covered this one. 2019, Barnard College, attacked and stabbed by 3 teenagers. Oh yeah, the blacks. I might have covered this. Black teens, I think, as part of a robbery. 13-year-old suspect charged with felony murder. 2 14-year-old suspects, Luciano Lewis and Rashawn Weaver, New York City, charged with murder. Crazy.
And this evil is like right there in your face.
Yeah.
This incident here was totally black and white, no pun intended.
Right.
It's just so one-sidedly evil, but the media won't even speak on it. They'll only talk about stuff if Trump talks about it first.
Yep.
That's insane.
I did see footage
see
that Trump, they asked Trump about this, and he didn't know about it.
Right.
But he's going to, well, by this morning, he, according to him, will know about it. So.
Yeah. Did you see that mayor in Baltimore who was doing a little walk through the city because Trump said, I would never walk through Baltimore.
Oh, Lord.
And then he's like, Baltimore is safe. What are you talking about, Mr. President?
So he did this
There's a
phony
guy.
publicity stunt. That's that guy
Yeah,
with
did
the
you see
afro,
that?
huh? The JV basketball coach looking guy.
Yeah, the light skinned guy.
What the light skin? Is that what you call him?
I think he's the mayor.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was a guy recording who's just exposing the whole thing. Like, y'all are only out here because Trump mentioned it's not safe to be out here.
Yeah.
But the mayor, he's got like 100 different security guards, detailed security all over him.
Yeah.
So you know it's not safe. It's like everything in front of our face is just a lie.
Yeah, totally.
Rick brought up the Georgia, Florida, the money thing after he was killed or after he died or whatever.
Yeah.
So his family was paid by the city, but they didn't get a penny from Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
So yeah,
That makes
you got
sense.
that.
Which,
Yeah, real quick.
Yep.
What do you think about that black comedian who was pretending to be white?
I thought it was funny. It was overall funny. It was really vulgar because he was saying different things that we shouldn't have let go, honestly. But
Yeah.
but it was really funny. And I like, what's his name, who I'm told that this guy believes in the racism thing, which it's neither here nor there. Like, cut the blacks some slack for falling for that lie, But yeah, it was funny. I like that type of stuff. It's just it was hilarious when the black guy had stepped right in front of him and he spits like off right in front of his step. That's crazy, man.
And I got no problem with it, and here's why. You remember Chappelle's show, right?
Yeah. That's what I was about to bring up. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, so Dave Chappelle on Comedy Central, he used to dress up in whiteface for his skits all the time. Because most of his characters he would play himself, right?
Yeah.
So when he was a white guy, he would be like a news reporter or like some politician. But it looked like he had baby powder on his face. It was so ridiculous.
Totally unconvincing as a white.
Yeah, easily. And he had a wig that was just so fake and ridiculous. But everybody knew it was ridiculous, and it was funny, and it was fun, and everybody enjoyed it. The black kids and white kids. I'm a little younger than you are, but all of us kids in elementary school, middle school at the time, we loved that stuff. Well, now 20-something years later, people are ticked off. It's like, y'all never really watched Chappelle's show in y'all's life. And now, 25 years later, y'all are upset talking racism. But I kind of wish we could go back to just cable TV instead of everything being on social media. This stuff is just ridiculous now.
Because people figure out a way to... So who's mad at Druski over this? Is it the whites?
So the black liberals are saying, oh, you guys can't do the opposite because there's a white conservative somewhere saying, well, can I do blackface real quick?
Yeah.
He's a comedian.
Right.
And then the liberals are saying, no, you can't do the same thing. And they're making it about culture and the meaning of blackface. They're just taking the comedy element out of it. They're just saying you can't do it because, they're soft and they get offended by it.
Right.
But it's like, it's the same thing.
It is. It's just fun. It's just funny. It has nothing to do with... And the minstrel shows weren't probably even that bad anyway. The minstrel shows where there was whites who dressed up as black and kind of made fun of how blacks are to whites being entertaining. Just entertainment.
But in 2025, who cares?
Right.
They care more now than they ever cared.
Yeah, the blacks probably didn't even care back then. The blacks were entertaining each other than themselves.
I'm sick of it, but I'll let you get to some more callers. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Good to hear from you.
All right.
Take
See ya. Yep.
Bye.
See.
Nice. I remember somebody else did a whiteface. It was not Leanne Rimes. Who's that gal who's light-skinned, but she's supposedly kind of black? She won a VMA icon. I think she won it. She needs to get rid of some of her... Who's that gal who needs to get rid of some of her fat and give some of her fat... And nothing wrong with a little fat. But give some of it to Ariana Grande who is the singer of our generation, by the way. Always be my baby, sing. Mariah Carey. So Mariah Carey, ex-husband, younger than her. Who's that? Nick Cannon did Whiteface. I remember this vaguely because I was kind of mad. Oh, look at him. He got to do whiteface. How come we can't do so-called blackface? This is me. I've told you guys about this. This is from back 20 years ago, I guess. If I can find it. Oh, by the way.
Allah won't forgive you.
Shout out to Dean Saxton, brother Dean Saxton. Allah won't forgive you. I don't know if I can find it. But just this, in general, this race thing is ridiculous. Mazel Tov cocktail, Adam Serwer, this guy who's in the media, or was anyway. I think he wrote for like The Atlantic or something, some liberal outlet, right? Slay, something. And back in 2017, I had covered this. Somebody said, Adam, you look, and he's supposedly part black, right? This is the young man. Look, he looks sick, you know, he seems a little bit black, but he also looks kind of white. Not sure. What is he? Some guy, Rick McGick, says, Adam Serwer, you look white. You are very light-skinned for a quote-unquote black dude. Do you bleach? And this guy, Adam Serwer, quote tweets it, apparently joking, saying, yes, it's a very special kind of bleach. It's called white slave owners R-worded my ancestors. So he's slandering his white ancestors because that means that he has white ancestors. And supposedly with legitimate rape, you can actually have babies out of legitimate rape. I don't know. But actually the father is this guy. That's his father. So what are you talking about there, Adam? You're joking around, right? Are you just joking? You joking about the R word from back in the day? What you talking about? So that was on my birthday, 2017, that he posted that. July 17th. And so it reminded me of this on The Antidote. Jesse Lee Peterson's book, The Antidote. Muhammad Ali, born Cassius Clay, made a great show of his blackness. But to prove his blackness, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, had to disown his white great-grandparents. So he lied about them. If slaveholder Clay's blood came into our veins, along with the name, he said, it came by rape and defilement. Ali was just talking about the Nation of Islam mess, because it's a Nation of Islam line that they were talking about, that they say, I guess, according to JLP. Malcolm X also insisted that white blood came through rape. I learned to hate every drop of that white rapist's blood that is in me, he told some biographer named Haley. Is Haley the guy who made the that degenerate Roots movie? Is it Roots or Roots? I don't know. I don't know about if Malcolm X was lying. Malcolm Little, I think was his name. But I know Ali was lying. Or he wasn't telling the truth anyway. Ali's mother, Odessa Clay, was born a Grady. Her name was Grady. Her grandfather was an open-minded Irishman. Those open-minded Irishmen who married her grandmother, Dinah, after the Civil War. There's no evidence anyone was R-worded, 8th grade. Odessa, his mother's other grandfather, Tom Moorhead, had a white father and a black mother. He had fought in the Union side of the Civil War, those darn Yankees. It's horrible. So, that's that. These black people just making up stuff. What are they named? Tony? Tony from California? How come I can't find this one where I dressed up black? Maybe I shouldn't show it. Oh, I found it. That's me, black. back in like 2005. That's pretty dark black, right? It was China ink, India ink. And so I've got this stuff at the Goodwill. One of my friend's friends sent it to me, and I'm wearing like a stocking over me and glasses like, oh, what's his name? And look how slim I was, no beard. A fit 23-year-old, 24-year-old? Sort of, relatively speaking. Yeah, that's probably the last time I was fit. Nice. They can do it, I can do it, and I didn't even know I forgot the word blackface. And my friend, who was a teacher, a liberal, at USC, incidentally, said, James Hake I was a substitute teacher sometimes, and he's like, James Hake is a substitute teacher wearing blackface. I'm like, oh, blackface, that sounds, you make it sound so bad. I was just dressing up black for Halloween, just to be fun. What a mess, huh? Anyway, let me get back to the calls here. Thank you, Greggatron. Appreciate it. William, number 7, out of California. Thanks, William, for holding. What's up, man?
Oh, hey, you're welcome, Hake.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
I do. You sound great.
Oh, excellent. Hey, so that clip you guys played about...
Oh, well, actually, stay close to the phone, as close as you can, just so that you're speaking directly into the receiver, because it might be just a touch muffled. But go ahead.
Okay,
That sounds better. Thank you.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
So, that clip you guys played of that black guy stabbing that...
Oh, yeah, on the Jesse Lee Peterson show where he stabbed that Ukrainian gal.
Yeah, that was crazy. You know what's sad? And I don't know what city that was again. What city was that?
Charlotte, North Carolina, I believe.
Oh. So I know there wasn't a lot of people on the train, but the fact that the guy walked around for 4 minutes and no men got together to take this guy out, or at least subdue him until the cops got there. That to me is the saddest part.
You know what? But yet, when you're in the situation, you can almost understand it, because this guy's crazy. You don't know what's on him. Some people didn't even see it happen, because a lot of times this stuff happens before you know it. And so it took like 90.
There wasn't even.
It took.
There
90
wasn't even
seconds.
3 feminists.
Say again.
There wasn't even 3 feminists on the train that could have, subdued him. You know.
Yeah, man. It's just I'm making excuses because I just don't know. Because I don't. You don't know if he did it. I guess he's the one with blood dripping from his knife. Because he was leaving a trail of blood drops in the train floor. Sorry, kids, ladies.
Well, and they stopped him right as he raised his hand way up in the air. And so my analytical mind, was looking at that. And, that would have called attention to everybody. And if I was really going to do that, normally you're as quick and slick as possible. You don't telegraph what you're doing. And when he raised that way up in the air where they froze it, I mean, that's kind of like, to me, well, either that guy was not really trained and skilled, but, you could tell he was muttering and looked upset. So who knows if he was possessed by a demon or it was MK Ultra. Who knows, right?
What's the difference between MK Ultra and possessed by a demon?
Nice. They might be the same. One's men figuring out the technology that does that, and then one's strictly the spirit realm and being possessed by a entity that is just spirit. Yeah.
That is crazy. You're right. He totally telegraphed it. It's so funny.
And you could tell he was wrestling with himself like, man, I can't believe I got to... And if she's a worker, she probably has a schedule and probably gets on that bus all the time, to go to work and from work and to work.
Look how skinny this little girl is. 19-year-old, 23-year-old. 23? Whatever.
Yeah, who knows? But you never know, maybe. And they can't find him, right? He's at large?
No, I think they got him. I thought they got him.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, they charged him.
Okay, because who knows? Maybe he gave him lip or maybe didn't hire him at an interview, and that pissed him off.
Oh, that's getting way into speculation.
Well, no, I know. But again,
Yeah.
if you're in a big city, it's a subway system, so usually mass transit is for dense cities, right?
I am more want to believe that it was a random act of evil malice, relatively random. Okay, it might have it might have been like, well, I can't even speculate. I mean, I already did speculate, so let me just finish my speculation. It could have just been, oh, this is a skinny, boyish looking little white girl. I hate that. It could have just been as simple as that, you know?
That's some really bad hate. And if that's a JLP, if that's really real, which, I mean, if we're going to believe the video, I guess it is real.
Yeah.
But that's crazy, man. It really is crazy.
Oh, it's funny that you go to MK Ultra, because couldn't it just as easily just be drugs? Somebody on drugs who's angry and already has a history of crossing these lines of violence, right? Because hadn't he robbery with a dangerous weapon, breaking and entering, larceny, charged with assault and misuse of the 911 system. If he's already committed assault.
I forgot about his rap sheet, so
yeah.
Good point. Thanks for pointing that out, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm only a human here, man. I'm just,
I get it.
It doesn't even affect me. It's on the other side of the country.
That's so true.
So I wanted to talk about how you were thinking about going to the military, and then you thought, no, I want to go to college.
Okay.
And I went into the military as a whim after a year of being out of high school, and I just went into the recruiter's office to check it out. And of course, I signed the line. They weren't letting me leave. So I decided to do that.
So you signed it kind of under pressure, because they would have had to let you leave, right?
No. Let me be a little more clear about it.
Okay.
The recruiters are basically salesmen for the military.
Yes.
Like they.
Oh yeah, they're totally used car salesman-ish too.
Oh, absolutely, and
like
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And the guy was so cool and laid back, and I got along, and he was Hispanic too, and
Oh,
and so I don't regret doing it. It was probably the most fun not fun, but interesting 14 years of my life, to be honest. So, but I remember being in Saudi Arabia, and I had never had a Fuddrucker's burger before. And I guess they're from the United States, but I had never been near a big city to have one of those. But they had a Fuddruckers in Saudi Arabia in their mall.
Okay.
A nice mall, like the mall that looks like a castle. I mean, there's marble, gold everywhere there in Saudi Arabia. This was back in probably 1994, 1994. And, man, you ever heard of Fuddruckers?
Yeah, I have. Fuddruckers. I've seen it on, like, when I used to go on big road trips with my family, I would see Fuddruckers like billboards, I feel like.
Did you guys ever stop?
Not that I recall.
And have one?
No.
Well, I'll never forget this burger. It was, because I went to KFC there and Burger King in Saudi Arabia, and it tasted not like America. It was, you could tell it was their version of meat. It was probably...
Stay close to your phone so it comes through clearly.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Is that better?
Significantly better. Thank you.
Sorry, I think my voice starts drifting and trailing because my phone's staying in the same spot.
Oh, okay.
So I apologize.
No, you're fine. It's very subtle of a difference from here to here. I'm shifting my phone, and it makes a significant difference, though. Go ahead.
So anyway, the Fuddruckers is a big, awesome beef patty, like not what you get today, and you have a huge salad bar that you choose every topping you can conceive of. Like, we're talking about different sauces, different lettuces, different everything, and all the cheeses you could think of, and you just make it the way you want it.
So
and
you build your own burger, literally, kind of like
build your own burger,
wow.
And it was amazing. I had it once, and I've never seen a Fuddruckers in America, like at least where I drive.
And you're in California.
And I'll never forget. Yeah. Well, way up north. Remember, I'm 2.5 hours north of Sacramento.
Okay.
So it's very rural out here.
Yeah.
It's
Are
very
you near
rural,
like
very
Marys?
conservative.
Are you north of Marysville?
Oh, that's Marysville is just a little ways from Sacramento.
Okay.
I'm way north of Marysville.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so I just wanted to share that. The Fuddruckers, the burger joint you talked about, I've never heard about it, but it sounds like it was a burger you never forgot. And when you said that you haven't had one like it before or since,
Yeah.
were you meaning in a good way or a bad way?
Oh, it was just, all I meant was the toppings, because I'm so picky. I usually, when I get In-N-Out, for example, lettuce, tomatoes, and grilled onions only. No Thousand Islander, no secret sauce, no ketchup, no mustard, no mayo, no pickles, no relish, no Thousand Island, and stuff like that. You can put aioli in it. You know, you can, if you put mayo, make it like Southwest or something like Chipotle mayo. Then I'll eat it. But if it's just plain mayo, ugh, slimy.
All right, man. Well, that was it, Hake. I better get back on the road. And so I still pray and hope one of these days I can travel down there to go to y'all's forum and then church on Sunday.
That would be cool, man. It would be an honor.
Well, all right. I appreciate it. All right. And shout out to Rick.
Yeah.
I like listening to him. He's got a pretty good upbeat, voice.
Definitely does.
Something. And who else? Maze. I'd kind of like to meet Maze one day. And then
we haven't even met her.
Huh?
We haven't even met her, and she's been in town.
I know.
According to her.
Really? Wow.
But maybe one day. Maybe in heaven.
Right.
If we make it.
All right, man. Oh, peace out, and talk to you another time, man. Lord
Thank
willing.
you, sir. All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Okay. So, everybody make sure you do catch American Anchor, baby. Let me send that out. N-I-C-K. Never mind. I'm not going to say that one. I'm laughing about something that there was a man on the street about White History Month. Forget white. You're not white confirmed. Hake don't like mayo. You know you want to say silvered onions. Slivered onions? Is it slivered or silvered? Slivered. What would silvered onions be? It would be slivered. No. Grilled onions. Dang, Hake, you're a psycho. No condiments. I was the baby of the family for several years, or at least a few, and that means that I'm spoiled. I was allowed not to eat the stuff. Anyway, let me double check for any remaining super chats. Thank you, Old Saucy, being a monthly supporter, at least in appearance. Dolphin Spirit 22, Buddy 1205. What's up, Age of Inversion? Creighton. Which I want to say Crichton. But as in like Michael Crichton. What's up, Rita? You know, there was one super chat that I wanted to mention. There's this great, it's not even a super chat, but a great point from Lisa. Let's see if I can find hers. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh, thank you to Neo, by the way, who said something that was cool or supported me over there somewhere. Man, I saw this thing from Lisa. It's hard to look. I have a minute to go. It was basically... Let me switch the view. I'll switch it to details. Oh, yeah, here it is. I wonder as well how these girls got themselves into situations where they were flying around the world with older men. I had way more sense than that at that age than to get myself into such predicaments. That's a fact, Lisa. That's why it's, if you're actually pro-white, so-called, then you hold the parents responsible. I got to get out of here. American Anchor, baby. Coming up next, guys. I guess this is it. Bye.